Okay, so let me just show you guys how to make that change. Okay, so I'll show you how to make the change, and I'll show you how to avoid making that change. So please work with me. Very important. All right. So I think we still have some time. I mean, class ends by 1, so still have some time. So let's just do some things. Okay. So now let's come back to this. So for people that did not understand the first time, it's an opportunity for you to understand again. Okay. So now what we're trying to do now, like I explained to Michael, we're trying to sum all the budget amount for each item such that we have budget for rent, the total amount for rent, for groceries, for Valentine package, and like that. Okay, that's basically what we're trying to like achieve here. All right. So please let's do this together. So in this case now, I can decide to use case sum if. Okay. I'll highlight the values. So it's very important because you have first thing is so I have this idea that okay, I'm trying to highlight the range of values where my item is located in. Okay. So I'll highlight this because rent can be found in this range of values. That is why I'm highlighting it. Okay. Then I add my comma. Then I will select rent. Okay. I'll add my comma. Then I'll highlight amount. Okay. I'll close it. Then I'll press enter. Are you guys following? So now, yes, this one's very tricky, and I want everybody to please focus, like listen to me, all right? If I decide to drag this down, things will scatter. And let me show you now. So the idea is once you have calculation for a single row, you can drag it down for the entire row, so that everything will just add together. But the thing is, everything will change. So because for groceries, Valentine package, and emergency funds, they both use the same range, right? And they both use the same sum of range for both the item and amount. But if I drag it down, the range will change. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I click on this and I drag this down, T transportation, this will change. Okay, this will change and might give you wrong answers. Okay. Now let's look at it together. Okay, I have a nice one. Well done. So now if you look at groceries, let's look at groceries together. Groceries change from A2 to A13, from A2 column A13 to A3 column A14. Because what it does is that we're adding one. Look at this one, so you see that to add one to A14, A15. Do you understand? Which is very wrong. All right, which is very, very wrong. Okay. And if you have a very large data set, you get wrong values for some. But because you have very few rows, that's why there's no problem. Okay. So now let's look at this together. Okay. So now we have this. The best thing to do, so let me delete this. The best thing to do instead of manually deleting them is to make adjustments to this formula. And an adjustment you can make is by using the dollar sign. So the dollar sign is telling you that okay, this particular number should not change. So now if I put dollar, okay, so hopefully, because I barely use Excel, some people might just be wondering. Right. So let's look at this. I still have the same value. All right. And I drag it down. So I want to show you something. I will still explain myself. Can you guys see it? So let's look at the formulas together. You see this one is A2 column A13, right? Check the next one. See that it's not changing. The only thing that is changing is the one without the dollar sign. So it's a simple hack, all right? If you know that this is your formula that you want to apply across the column, I want this thing not to change. I want this one to change. I don't want this one to change. The dollar sign can help you to achieve it. So the dollar sign is basically telling Excel that if I drag this down, even to 1 million rows, this part should not change. The one without the dollar sign can change. So now look at it now. Instead of A2 column A13, I use A$2 column A$13 because I don't want A2 column A13 to change to A3 column A14. All right. I did the same thing for this B2 B$2 column B$13 because I don't want it to change either. So the only thing I want to change is F2 because we're having different categories. So it might be rent, it might be groceries, so you can change. That's why there's no dollar sign. Are you guys following? So now if you look at it now, look at this. Is basically, you see that it's only F3 that changed there. Same with what? Valentine package, only F4, which is what? So that means our emergency fund is 1.5 million, right? Our utilities is 30,000. Then our transportation is 50,000. Then our Valentine package is 20,000. Okay. So yeah, that's basically. So is there any question? Any question? So this can be applied in any formula, whatever the formula is. If you don't want to change, put $. Just if it's instead of A5, put $5. It won't change. To be constant throughout. Please, any question? Okay, no question. We will still have Q&A. But before that, I want to show you one more thing before we go to Q&A, please. One more thing. So now it's about tables. All right, we've seen this. So now let's look at how to create tables. All right, because this is an Excel spreadsheet. This is a spreadsheet, not a table. All right, just a spreadsheet, not a table. Now the question now is, how can we create tables from a spreadsheet? So now let's assume we want to create a table from this. See, I've highlighted this. I want to create a table from it. Now, what I can do is what? I can highlight this. Okay. Are you guys seeing it? I'll highlight it. Go to my insert ribbon. So if you're using your phone, you can zoom in so you see what I'm doing. Click on insert and click on table. All right, very simple. It is very simple. All right. And you click OK. My table has headers. You are correct. Sorry. So you can start to change the style if you like colors. I'm not a fan of all those things. But so that's basically all right. So we have this. Okay. This color is not, it's not nice one. Let me change the color. Let me change this my color to something else. I'll come here. I'll change it to blue hair. So my white, so my stop it come out very well. So you see it's now. Okay, we have this. All right, interesting. We have a table. I'm trying to show you the importance of tables and how tables can make life easy for you, very easy. So now, can you guys remember the way we calculated total on average? Okay. Now let's do the same thing. All right, with table. Now we're working with table now because this is a table now, not a normal Excel spreadsheet. So now let's say I want to calculate total. I'll just say what? Total. I'll just come to this place. Equals to what? Sum, open bracket, what? The table name. Table name is what? Overview. Overview. Okay. Then open brackets, amount. So let's try this, okay? Because it's not giving me what I'm looking for, but let's see what we get. From okay. Let's see. Table. So go to table design. Okay. Okay. So let's look at this, okay, in a much very easier way. All right. So now let's click on table design. All right, I'm using a very old version. So it's really, but I'm going to drop the formula on the group. So it's very simple. So you have table name, okay? Table name. Then you open the brackets, you have the column name. Okay, so please use this formula for your table. So let me call this budget. Okay, budget table. So I'm going to try this one more time and see if it will still give me this. Okay. What is some budgets? Okay, okay. It's working now. It's working now. So equals to budgets, some budgets. Open the brackets. Then you put the column name, which is what amount. What amount. Just amount. Okay. Close the brackets. And then we have this. We have this. All right, so let me start all over again. All right. So now, the thing is, so after creating your table, all right, you give it a table name. That was the mistake. That was the omission I did. So if your table does not have a table name, you can't achieve this. All right. So with the table name now, and it's very simple. If you want to give your table a table name, just go to table tools design. All right. Give it a table name. I gave it budget. Okay. With that, I can easily do whatever I want to do without dragging or highlighting any column. So I don't have to highlight anything. I'll just come to this total. All right. And just use this formula I just sent to you guys. Okay. Equals to what? Sum. Open the bracket. What is the table name? Budget. Okay. Create your what? Square bracket. This will be applicable. It will be very important for you in Power BI. Because Power BI is what I use. That's my everyday tool. I work. Okay. So Power BI, I'm going to use this a lot. This kind of formulas. All right. So that's a table name. And then you specify your column name. You close the square bracket and you close the parentheses. And then you press enter. You get it. Okay. So that's basically it. Same thing for average. Okay. Average equals to what? Average. Sorry. So yeah, the calculator should be sent before today runs out. No problem. Average open brackets. Okay, table name budget. Square bracket amount, which is the column name. Close it, and then you get your what? You get it. So you see that it is the same thing with these values we have here. The only difference is that for these formulas, it is for our spreadsheet, so we have to highlight. Okay, but in this case, you just have to specify the table name and the column name, and we are good to go. All right, so that's basically how it works. All right, so please, we have like 9 minutes. So please, this short time, I want you guys to please ask your question. Could be anything, could be on data analysis, could be on how the market is there a prospect, could be what you just thought now, could be anything. All right, so please, you can unmute yourself, you can talk. But if you are shy, you can drop your questions on the chat section. Raphael.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you so much for this wonderful teaching and trying to open up our eye. You understand, sir? So may God bless you and reward you faithfully. So please, quick one. I joined very late. I think that was 12:30, almost 12:30. I was on the road. So, but now I'm home. I just opened my laptop and trying to see what I can do. I've typed most of the things that we have typed. I'm trying to work on to see if I will meet up. But I've gotten my total for the first one,
Okay.
but the amount that I'm seeing there is 230, like 2,320,000, which is quite different from the one I'm seeing on the screen too, which is this one is 2,390,000.
90,000. So there's probability that you might have omitted a record. So just look at it very well. So you're probably omitting groceries or emergency, I think groceries. Look at groceries or could be anything. Check it very well. You're omitting something. You get. In a matter
So
using the same, you're using the right
yes,
formula. You should be right. You should be correct. Okay.
okay.
And
This
plus,
one
this
now,
video will be available to you. So you can always go back to it. You are saying
okay.
something. Yes.
Yes, wanted to say something. You made mention of Power BI now. So
Yes.
this second formula, finding total and average, and the first one we use. So is it that the first one is not much needful when it's come to this, using this Excel or what?
The first one is very important, please. I was just trying to compare with Power BI. All right, so let me explain. In Power BI, so sorry, I'm going to, yeah, you're going to, please give me some minutes. In Power BI, we work with tables. All right. So
Okay.
when
Okay.
working with
Okay.
tables, we use formulas that are similar to what I just did, table name,
Yes.
column name, and stuff. But in Excel, we work with spreadsheets, different data. So what this formula is very important to. It's not a question of which one is important, which one is not important. I'm just trying to show you different approach to do stuff. Okay. I'm going to reduce the table name. No problem. I'm going to reduce the table name. Adeyemi.
Okay.
Raphael, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I did.
All
Thank
right.
you so
Yeah.
much.
Adeyemi, please, you can ask your question.
I think my question is, what?
We can hear you clearly.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I want to ask, what's the disadvantages of doing maybe flash fill or drag and drop? Because when you were talking about this goes through that time when we want to calculate the goes and total.
Sorry. Since you're not very audible.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me better now?
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, now, what is it? Is the okay? Let me say, do we the flash fill or drag and drop, whichever one anybody calls it? Does it has advantage or disadvantage when it comes to auto filling all these things, sir? That is my question, sir.
Thank you very much. So, do you know the disadvantage of the dragging, the highlighting? Is when you have a very large data set. You don't want to drag from beginning to the very end. Okay. So I'm just showing you like alternatives depending on how you want to, depending on what, if you're working for a company, how you want to present your data. Now, here's the thing. With a table, I can just specify the column name. It will add everything for me without me going through the entire row. But with an Excel spreadsheet, I'll literally have to at least know the number of row, the last one. Do you understand? So that will require me what scrolling down and stuff like that. Okay, so it's very, very, these are like one of the things. It's bad to know the two. Just different approaches to how you see things. Okay, so let me show you how to name the table. Okay, right. So now click on your table. Just click on anything. Are you guys following? Click on anything. You see on this ribbon, home, insert, page layout, and all. Go to table tools design. See design under it. Click on it. Okay. Click on it, and you will not see table name. All right. So this is where you will now change your table. By default, it will be table one that will be there. Okay. Just change it to budget or something. And press enter. So do you guys understand now? Joe, you were saying something.
Yes, please can you come again about the table name?
Okay. So click on anything in the table, anything at all. Just make sure that you've clicked a cell in the table name. Go to table tools, click on design. So you see this, all right, you see something like this. Then you go to the table name and click on what? And edit it and put budget. Okay.
Okay, I've gotten it. Thank you.
Yeah. What's the difference between using Excel or Python? So Python is a programming language. Excel is not. Excel is a spreadsheet package like this. And Python is codes. All right. let me show you what Python looks like. Okay. Let me open my VS Code. Let me open something.
Can I say something, sir?
Sorry?
I want to ask one question.
Yes,
I've been
please.
bothering me. Okay. I can you advise that between the three between Excel and okay, let me say within using Excel, if you want to do Excel now, you only need just few programming language to actually understand, or going to using Python directly. Which of them can you actually advise that someone should actually go to fully? Like, can you advise, or I should just peradventure just stay on Excel basically,
No, no, no.
or I should go to Python? Because Python is more kind of complex and let me say complex when it comes to some set of things. But Excel now you can still actually maneuver your way, just know some simple formulas. Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's a very good question. So, data analysis is more about is more about more about what you achieve, more about the value you bring as a data analyst, not necessarily the tool you are using. Okay. So on LinkedIn, so we can connect on LinkedIn and stuff. So I'm someone that always advocate for don't be too centric. Don't focus on the tool. Focus on what you can add value. See, complaints and clients, most companies and clients don't really care about the tool you are using. They care about what you are bringing to the table. But there are some tools that are non-negotiable. Excel is one. Python is also another one. So it's not about which one I should go, which one. It's about following a roadmap. So if you follow a roadmap, start with Excel, but don't spend all the time in Excel. When you've achieved a level of understanding when it comes to Excel, you can then move to Power BI. Then you can move to SQL. Then you can move to Python. Python is more important for data scientists compared to data analysts, especially in the Nigeria tech climb. Most companies that hire data analysts are mostly Excel. Use Excel you use the most of the time. You will barely use Python. All right. Until but you find yourself in Europe, in the United States, you tend to use everything: Excel, Power BI, SQL, Python. So it's about following a roadmap. That's how we share the roadmap with you guys. I want you guys to follow it. Okay. So this is how Python looks like. Python can be very funny. Okay. But it's very interesting and simple too. This is just a very advanced stuff. Don't worry about
It is
it.
never interesting. It is never interesting, sir.
Don't worry. When you start, you will know it's interesting. Okay, questions. Yes. Yes, I'm going to share the roadmap with you on the group. No problem. Can you use concat? Concat is a function. All right. Use concat in Power BI. Can use concat. We've not gotten there yet. Yes. I think George is a data analyst. I mean, yeah, are you really sure you're meant for this class? I doubt it. Guys, more questions. More questions. Okay. Okay, there's no other question. So let me just show you. So how do you install Python? This is an Excel class. Don't worry. You guys will install it. But I will share links to the group share if you want to install Python. Okay. So let me just show you one more thing before we go. It's a very important thing. Okay. The thing is how to. So this is supposed to be an elementary class only. I mean, this is just the second class we have. Okay. And we have a lot of things to cover. So that's why I'll be sharing resources to speed, that will fast track your learning. So please, your learning does not end here. It basically just starts here. And then throughout the week, please follow the resources and roadmap. All right. All right. So we are still in the fundamentals. All right. Still in the fundamentals. So let me just show you something. Okay. So let's say you want to add a slicer to this. Slicer is something that you can use to filter your table. So I can highlight. So let me just show you. I can highlight my table. Okay. Go to table design. We'll show in the class now, don't worry. And click on insert slicer. You click on insert slicer. So I'm going to get a dialog. You see this dialog box asking me which column am I using? So I want a slicer for the item, so that if I click on rent, I will only see rent. If I click on groceries, I will only see groceries. So I'll click on item and I'll put OK. So with this now, I can filter my page. Okay. And the good thing is, this thing will affect the entire values here. If I click on emergency fund, see that it's affecting it. It's affecting the categories, affecting this. I can click on groceries. I can click on rent. I can click on transportation, utilities, Valentine package. Can you guys see it? It's very interesting. That's how a slicer works. In Power BI, you use it a lot. Okay, so emergency funds, groceries, rent, stuff. Okay, so I hope you guys understand. All right, so I have a lot of resources I'm sharing with you guys because
Sorry, I don't understand that slicer. Oh, please come again.
you can't find the slicer. Okay, so let me just clear the slicer. Okay, now click on highlight your table. Highlight it. So let me show you. Highlight your table. Have you done that, Dennis? So after highlighting your table, go to design. Under table tools, you'll see design. You'll see insert slicer. Can you see it? So click on insert slicer, select item, and then click OK. So you get something like this. Am I good? Okay. So that's basically how it works. Okay. So like I said, I have research that I'll be sharing, some PDFs, that you can just read. Okay. Also some funny PDFs that you read just for Excel, for data analysis generally. That will help you in your learning journey. All right. So please, if you have questions, feel free to ask me. So you can contact me. All right. I'm going to indicate myself on the group. Okay. I'm sharing resources with you guys. You can also connect on LinkedIn. Okay. And also can check some of my data camp resources. So if you're familiar with data camp, so I write some of the articles and tutorials. You can check them out. I believe they will be of help. All right. So some people on this call are probably like advanced pro, like Latifa or what's so yeah, I think Latifa, right? Yeah, Latifa is she's a pro, I guess. And so you can just go through resources like that. So they help you in upskilling yourself. Okay, so I hope you guys at least get one or two. So the video will be available for you guys, hopefully before today runs out. Latest on Sunday, tomorrow. So please go through this video one more time. All right, and and go through this video, try to look at it very well. Watch the video, consume resources. I'll be sharing resources, consume them, practice, practice, practice. Data analysis, data science, data engineering, tech generally is more about practicing. All right, much more about practicing. Okay, so please practice, 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 and have fun, guys. All right. So thank you for joining this call. Hopefully, we get to meet one more time or anytime, all right. And yes, I'll be sharing more resources and have fun. Okay. Bye, guys.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.